Hello, AC Universe, and welcome to Canada Crossing. Today we are on my island of Midnight, and we are going to do a speed build for a nice little autumn market. I wanted to put a marketplace on this island because I think it's a good use of space, especially on an island like this where we're not using Nintendo Online to download custom patterns. I think having a marketplace is something you can easily achieve, make it look great, and without using any custom designs. So this is the space where I want to put it. I think I'm gonna go and demolish some of these cliffs and have it kind of go right close to the back of the island. And we're going to have just a seller's market, and I'll have to pick up some of these weeds. I've been doing some time traveling to collect DIYs and seasonal items that I wasn't able to get, so that's why my island's a bit of a hot mess right now, but we'll get things back to normal. Let's get started with the marketplace speed build. So the first thing I wanted to do was get rid of all these cliffs. Quite a lot of cliffs up here. I won't show you it all because it's a lot. And what I wanted is just have enough room to create the market that I wanted to. And it really helped give me the space. I did round off the edges. Don't want any of those hard edges. So this is a good amount of space, but I did want to get rid of these trees. For an autumn market, you do not want palm trees hanging around, that is for sure. It does not really look very fall. While I was running around this area, I really didn't like how just that was such a straight line of that cliff, so I wanted to make it a little more jagged and a little more natural looking, because having one straight long cliff, I don't really like the way that looks. And some areas it works, and some areas you don't really have a choice, but I thought here I could be a little bit more dynamic and just give the cliff a little bit more character. Around the edges again, and that should give us a very decent amount of space to work in to have our market. So at the very back of the market, I wanted to have Octavian's house, and he's going to run the fish market, which I know everyone with their octopus villagers, that tends to be what happens. But I thought it worked out well in this case because I didn't really know what to do with his house, and I thought his house, it was all on its own anyway at the other end of the island, so I thought we'll make him run the fish market. It's gonna work. So I wanted it right against the back of the market area. And then customizing these stalls was a chore because I wanted something autumn, but I also wanted something fish or ocean. So finding this one that kind of had the browns and the blues, I thought, okay, and this is just a sable pattern. And I thought it actually worked out quite well to kind of match both themes. So just wanted a bit of fencing off. You'll notice I kind of want each section of the market to have its own little fenced off area. And I don't like to do too long a straight line of one type of fence. And so I broke it off with these hedges just to kind of break it up a bit. And now we're gonna add our fish. I really literally just went fishing before this speed build, and whatever I caught was gonna go in our fish shop. So it wasn't much more. There wasn't much more thought to it than that, honestly. Of course, I wanted to make sure I turned all the lights on in the aquariums. That's a good test, or a good trick, I should say. It definitely makes it look a little more, especially at night, you have a nice lighted area. And of course, I'm going to show things off instead of placing them. And you'll notice this mosquito just flying around me. It was driving me nuts. So finally I decided to just stand there and let it bite me so it could go away. It's funny, out of all the fish, everybody knows you catch sea bass the most, and I think it was the last thing I actually caught, and I actually wanted one because it actually, makes sense to have a bass in a fish shop. Like every build, you keep changing your mind on how you want things placed. Like I said, with this build, it was a little rough. I didn't know going in exactly. I didn't have any concrete plans besides the types of things I wanted in the market, like a fish shop and whatnot, but I didn't really have any plans on how to execute them. So this was all flying by the seat of my pants, and trial and error, which it sucks for recording a video because it means a lot of editing, but I find sometimes those builds end up to be really nice because you go in with almost no or low expectations and you can end up with something really nice. So I wanted the little cash register, i.e. fax machine. Cash register would be such a nice item to the game. We know there's one in Nook's Cranny, so that would be nice if they could give us that item. So that little transition there was us going to the next day. I wanted to have the house actually appear to make it easier for me to kind of visually see what we wanted to do in Octavian's yard. I decided to do this part of the marketplace with the dirt path, just to change it up. And I like how the light dirt path looks, especially for autumn time. But I still want to add a little pathway to Octavian's actual house. It was nice in this island too because, we're not doing any trading online because we don't have Nintendo Online. And I actually got the fish menu board, which worked out perfectly for this build. That was definitely all luck because, you don't get every option of everything. this warrior statue looked really nice in front of the fish market as well. So now we're going to move on to the fruit stand. So the fruit part of the market. I want to create these stalls. I very rarely use this light colored stall, but I did want it to be different colored than the fish market. And I have to say, I actually really like the coloring. And the pattern on the stall is actually an option that comes with the stalls, so it's not even a sable pattern even, it's just one of the base ones. And I thought it was perfect for a fruit stand. And then I'm just gonna drop some fruit on these stands. Again, I said in one of the videos, but I only have 2 types of fruit on my island. Peaches are my natural fruit, and then my sister fruit is oranges. And so I only really have those 2 options. Luckily I had coconuts, so I could put a coconut up there, and then I happened to get the beach ball version that looks like a watermelon, so I lucked out there as well. And I just wanted to add a table, and I love the Turkey Day table. It suits the fall aesthetic as well. And then I wanted to do little fruits. You have the fruit stand, so have the fruit smoothie area. So putting a blender and just another piece of fruit. It was definitely worth it to me to time travel to all the holidays to get those items, like the grape dish that I just put down. In order to order it, I ordered a bunch of everything, so I have them in my storage, or actually still in my mailbox, honestly, because I don't have any room in my storage. This area was a struggle. I didn't like it. I kept changing it. Using the chest as kind of the counter for this area, I'm still, to this right now, not 100% sold on it. I am looking at it again now, doing this voiceover, and I'm like, I don't know. But I didn't really have a lot of options, and I do like the color of it, but what I don't like about, and you'll see once I place the sink, is the spaces in between everything is driving me nuts. Like, I don't know why I can't want to push them solid to each other, but it just was not working. Then I had that den desk, and that was my intent to use for the counter, but it's so dark and it didn't match with anything. So I decided to go with another chest at the front instead. I did order more den desks, and we'll see, but as of right now, they have not been changed. It's still the chest up front. And again, like, I wanted these 2 chests to push together to make one long counter, but it won't let you, so that was very frustrating. So I ended up going this route with a mini table, but we'll see. Now I'm going to add all the baked goods to my bakery. It was really great to, like I said, collect these items. So a lot of them are New Year's items. Then the mom's birthday cake. To get to New Year's, I had to pass through my birthday, so I managed to get a birthday cake and get the Yule log as well. So I got a lot of bakery items. So I thought that's why I wanted to put a bakery here. I actually really like how the log benches look with the Turkey Day table. I don't know if I've ever used that combination before, but I actually think they look really nice together. Now we're going to move on to the next area, and again, choosing a different path. I wanted to go a different route again. I also, through the entrance of each section, you saw like I did the fences, but didn't do the path underneath them. And it kind of created that more entrance way into the other areas. So that's why I wanted to do that. This was also lucky. I think I got that in a balloon, the other version of the manure. I know there's many versions, but I was lucky to get 2 versions. And then, so this front part is really just gonna be the entrance into it. So I always love that fountain that I placed back there. This was me. I wanted to finish up Octavian's yard and give him a little bit more yard personality. He didn't have much there. And this is me also realizing that Diana had a flea, so I wanted to take care of that. I was wondering why she was hanging so close to me, and that was, I guess, why, but that was fun. Here I am just placing weeds around, just to add some texture to the ground. I like the cacao trees for the autumn as well, because they're just autumn colors. The public benches too, great color scheme for autumn. Lucked out there. And again, we're just gonna add a few more things to Octavian's yard just to kind of round it out, fill up the space. Hadn't really made a lot of the bamboo items yet for this island, so I thought Octavian's yard would be a good place to put them. I love that version of the deer scare, that customization. And we're just gonna plant some flowers around. I decided with the red and white windflowers because they match his house. And this was bothering me that you could see the line of grass there, so instead of pulling it all up, I just pulled the ends up. And now only you and I will know this. I don't know if the iron spooky fence on either side of the entrance here is really necessary, but I put it and I haven't removed it, so it's still there, but I don't know that I really needed it. It kind of makes it cozier though, having the fenced off area. Then I decided I'm going to bring the path all the way up from the bridge. So this little area, I just wanted it kind of full because it's right next to the marketplace, so I thought we'll put some vending machines and just kind of fill it up, mostly because the incline's right there too, so to kind of tie in the whole area together. And now I'm going to start adding a bit more of the autumn items, so the pumpkins everywhere, just to kind of bring up the autumnness of it all. Some last finishing touches, placing some pumpkins around. Dropping them, I should say. And then I just wanted to finish off this area with a little bit of fencing and bench. And then that was bothering me because of the height, so I decided to put that pumpkin on a stool. Okay, so welcome back everybody. We finished the speed build, so we're gonna go have a look at it. It definitely turned out good. I mean, I'm happy with it. It took a lot longer than I expected, even though I'm sure it was fast for you watching during the speed build, but I definitely struggled a lot with placement. I definitely love that these were the color of my public benches that I ended up with on my island. It definitely suits a fall themed market, so it's nice to use them. I don't typically use the ones that come in your Nook Miles account often, but I actually really like these ones, and like I said, it perfectly fits the theme. And then we have a little bakery. I'm not 100% sold on the chests. I did order more den desks, so if you see them swapped out in the final tour, you'll know why. And then just, you know, a little table, fruit stand, Octavian's house, which of course goes perfect with the fish market, and just placing fish around. I mean, what an easy way to decorate. Again, not using any custom designs, but it's very effective, fills out a lot of space, and looks good. Like, you automatically know what it is right away. Adding the touches of pumpkin here and there, of course, bring a lot to the fall aesthetic. Placing some weeds also around just kind of breaks up the kind of monotonous of the dirt path. I actually really like the way it turned out. That would be a thing, you know, on my other islands where I would actually use a custom design, but since we're doing this island without Nintendo Online, using just a couple weeds here and there, and I don't need a lot, just to kind of add some texture to the path, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. That's our fall market. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Please like the video and think about subscribing to our channel here at Canada Crossing, and I'll see you in the next one.